So hi, we meet again. If you remember, in the first part we were talking about this poor integration. Now let's talk about not poor but cheap integration. As you will see on this diagram, you will see the human-machine interface, the PLC, and also you will see the boiler, you will see the fan, you will see the water pump, and the pressurization unit. Now as you will see in this diagram, they all wired up, and the status returning to the programmable logic control will not be given by the relay or the contactor which enables the unit, but actually will be returned by the unit itself. So when you will start the HMI and the PLC, on the HMI you will see the mirror of your installation. When the programmable logic control will be started, it will send some information to this pressurization unit, fan, pump, and the boiler, and it will wait for an answer from it. And it will give a little bit of time until this unit will set up, and then if the answer is not coming, the system might go on fault. So now we enable the supply fan which ventilate the boiler room. Now as you will see, the signal is not returning yet, but then the fan start, and the differential pressure switch which is near the fan, it closed the circuit, sending the signal back to the PLC. Now you see on the fan you have both wires red, which means the signal which comes back, it is returned by the differential pressure switch, telling to the PLC that the fan is running. You know, the differential pressure switch, it's a switch which runs on air pressure, governed by the fan function. Now we enable the pressurization unit. So the PLC will also send a signal, waiting for the response from the signal. Now the pressurization unit is checking if the pumps are healthy, if the pressure is too high or too low into the system, if the water tank level it is too high or too low, and when it will decide the entire system is healthy, it will send back an input telling to the programmable logic control that is ready to run. So technically you will see the status if it works or not, but you will not have an alarm that tells you in detail what's wrong. So if everything is good, look at the wire now. It becomes red. So now you see the pressurization unit have both wires red, which means you will return the signal to the programmable logic control. A good integration will not allow the heating agent pump to run if the pressurization unit is faulty. However, you can bypass it, so you can run the heating pump when the pressurization unit is faulty, because you have a manual bypass for the pressurization unit. We all know that the pumps which circulate in the heating agent to the system will have a flow switch, and that flow switch must be activated to send back the information to this programmable logic control. And as you see in this picture, if you look, the pump is running and it just sent back the information. So now the HMI shows the status of the heating pump that is running. So with that pump, heating agent pump running, the last thing to do is to start the boiler. That's the last part. And the boiler start, and you will give back an instant information if it's healthy or not. So now as you'll see, the pressurization unit run from time to time, because you have to keep the right pressure into the system. You know, sometime we have methane inside the installation, and the air eliminator allows a quantity of air to go out, and that will lower the pressure. That's why the pressurization unit have to compensate. I have other videos which shows you how the pressurization unit works. So guys, you have to remember, the flow switch is the one that tells you the heating agent pump's running. The differential pressure switch tells you that the ventilation is running. This is the only way I would do it. So please see the video number 3. Just a short note, while the fan was running, One of these control wires was kind of disconnected. I simulated disconnection, a bad connection. So when I started the ventilation fan, one of the wire was still green, which means the signal from the PLC didn't reach one of the items. I wonder if you can identify this and send me a message and tell me what wire was playing. I identified the fault, and like I fixed it. So if you look onto this video, you'll find out that one point there is a little bit of fault, and I rectified. But if you're a good technician, you will be capable to find out the fault. Just have a try.